But today I wanted to talk about fence sitting because um, I think a lot of people rely on fence sitters, right? We hope and we pray that these people are going to eventually fall off the fence. And sometimes that happens, and honestly, sometimes it doesn't happen. Okay, so I think a lot of times we think of fence sitters, we're like, I really hope, I have this one person and they said that they want to join and they're just sitting on the fence and I just need help getting them off the fence. Like, how do I get them off the fence? And, I'm relying on them for maybe a promotion or an active leg. Consider that your team member has, and you're just like praying and hoping that they fall off the fence. They may never fall off the fence. So a lot of times fence sitters are people that we have false hope. They're people that we place false hope in. So they're people, and there could be two different types of people. That's not always the case, but sometimes we place this false hope in these fence sitters that, you know what, one day they're going to determine that this is an awesome opportunity and they're going to fall off the fence and they're going to join our team. Doesn't always happen that way, does it? So there is a couple of things that I want you guys to do around fence sitters. And one thing is change your mentality. What do I mean by that? About fence sitters. Don't think of them as someone who are going to join. So I think a lot of times what we do is we're like, okay, we have, like, let's say this is our fence and we have a bunch of people sitting on the fence. So we stop prospecting and we stop asking a lot of times and we stop listening to those, I call them buying signals yesterday. They're not really buying signals, but we stop listening to those cues that people are giving to us, like, I don't have enough money, or I would love to go to the movies with you, but I just can't afford it, or, I would love to take my kids to Disneyland someday. That's like a goal for me. We stop listening to those little cues because we have all of these people that are sitting on the fence that one day we hope are going to join our team. So I want you guys to switch your mentality and start thinking about those fence sitters as extras. So those are extra people who, if they decide that this is a great opportunity for them, they're going to be an extra for you. You're not relying on them. You're not hoping, you're not placing this false hope on them, and you're not relying on them. They're just extra. And if they decide they want to change their life, and if they decide they want extra money, fabulous. You will totally help them, and you will totally be, there to support them, but they're extra. Because if we look at them, the fence sitters, as the only people that could join our team at this moment, we're doing our business a disservice. So we are doing ourselves a disservice by not going out there and finding new people and prospecting and doing, those posts about great things that are happening in our journey, and those posts in our party about the opportunity. And we're doing ourselves a disservice if we aren't actively always taking advantage of these third-party tools and inviting people to the opportunity event, inviting people to the sneak peek. So change your mentality. The second thing is, when we stress out about getting these fence sitters off the fence, they feel it. They feel like we need them rather than we want to help them. So that's another thing, is the more we're going to be way more chill and relaxed about talking to them, and the conversations that we're having with them are going to be more genuine. They're going to be more open. They're going to be more about them versus us. When we stress out about our numbers and getting these fence sitters off the fence, they're like, screw this. I'm never even going to answer this lady's message ever again because she just needs me. She just needs me to start, and then she's going to ditch me and she's not going to help me. When in reality, that's not how our team works, but that's how people feel. It's kind of like disingenuous. Hopefully you guys, it doesn't look like I'm looking off into space somewhere weird. Okay, so another thing I want you guys to start thinking about too is, why are your fence sitters there? So a couple of things made them fence sitters. We somehow didn't create value around the opportunity. We didn't create value around our product, or we didn't create enough value around that $99 for them to want to join. So now they're sitting here on the fence and they're giving you all these lame excuses like, well, I don't have the money and I don't have the time and I'm going to massage school, so when I'm done with that, I'll totally join. And they just keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Well, we haven't done our jobs as consultants to overcome those objections and to help them find the value in the opportunity in some capacity. So we might be showing them the value in the kit or the $99, but maybe we're not showing them the value in what's important to them, like how they could find more friends, how they could start saving or start paying down debt. So there's something that we need to go back to and reflect on those conversations. I was really hoping that you weren't going to blow up. We need to start reflecting on those conversations that we're having with them and think, okay, what did I miss? Did they tell me that this was important and I never even covered that about the opportunity? Because there's something that we've missed and that's why they're sitting on the fence. And usually it has something to do with we haven't overcome their obstacles or you know, any of the excuses that they're giving you. And that's another conversation on how to do that. But and then the third thing with around fence sitters is get more of them. Get so many fence sitters that eventually your fence falls over and they all want to join. Someone said that a couple days ago and I was like, oh, that's so smart. But get more. And that goes back to that prospecting, and that goes, you know, being active in your business and consistent every single day and having those intentional recruiting and team building conversations and listening to those cues and planting those seeds so that you get more. And then you're not relying on the one or two, because what happens and what tends to happen is just like your team. So you have a team of 2 people. Let's say you're a lead consultant. You have 2 people, they're active. Well, someone has an issue at home and they just fall off the map. Maybe someone joins another direct sales organization and they just don't want anything to do with Jamberry anymore. Or maybe they just want to buy the product. We're like devastated, right? We're like, what do you mean you want to leave? But if we had more people on our team that were promoting, that were active, that were pumped, that had vision, that had why, that wouldn't be such a big issue to us. It's the same with recruiting. We can get more people that are interested, the less those fence sitters will really have an impact on our emotions around our business. So I hope that all makes sense. If you guys have any questions about fence sitters or how to kind of overcome or change your mindset, let me know. And if you have any questions around this topic at all, make sure you comment below, and I'll put the link to the other YouTube videos in the comments as well. Happy Friday!